Don't drink the water, folks. You'd think this was Mexico. Alright, hey everybody out there in the underground, this is your boy Rocky Truth with the Midnight Truth Report, your podcast, webcast, broadcast, fatcast to get you off the case of the fat cat, not owned by the man, and might help you live through the impending apocalypse when the Illuminati finally's had enough of us. That's right, folks, I'm here spitting up truth like a model before the runway. Let's get right into it, shall we? A lot of news happened this week, and Rocky's gotta catch up on it. Now, the big story that's been on everybody's lips is that women are being allowed into the combat positions of the military. Pentagon announced it, and it was a big deal. Which it is. I mean, let me start this off by saying I'm not really a chauvinist. You know, as much as my exes would like you to think differently. Which I know some of you are listening to me, by the way. Yeah, you, Sarah. I know that. I know you. You're predictable. But this is not about women in combat roles. Sure, I support that. They can get shot with the rest of us. They're people too, I guess. But this really has a deeper meaning. It's not really about women in the military. The truth is, for anybody that doesn't have their head shoved far up their ass, which, by the way, is really just me and some of the listeners of this program, Sarah, we all know that women have been in combat roles in the military unofficially since basically the dawn of America. And it's pretty stupid to not acknowledge that. But this really has a deeper meaning. It all comes back to mind control, of course. And mind control in this day and age is done through, that's right, the media. And now, everybody thought I was crazy. Oh, Crazy Rock, there he goes again talking about this. But you know what? Lieutenant Ashley Fisk, retired of the U.S. military. She's one of those people you've seen on the shows. Now, she was serving directly, and you know what I mean when I say his name, folks, with General Petraeus. A lot of people joked, oh, I bet you Petraeus is jealous now that he's not in the military anymore. Well, let me tell you, Leon Panetta's just as dirty. Oh, he is dirty. I've seen the videos. Man. But Petraeus, one of his mistresses, was indeed Lieutenant Fisk. And you know who General Petraeus has been seen with before the scandal broke out? Donna Collins. Who is Donna Collins? Donna Collins is the assistant to the president, Laurel J. Ritchie of the WNBA. That's right. That's right. It's all coming full circle. I've been talking about the WNBA since the early years of when they formed, and everybody thought, oh, well, you know, you're just being a jerk. You're just being a pig. Forget that. I was being real. This isn't about the bad basketball. I'm not that shallow. I mean, Muslim Brotherhood and all the other international groups aside, I'm talking strictly the U.S. You know, everybody's, oh, Rock, you're crazy. You're crazy. Well, you know what? Let's see who's crazy now. This goes even deeper. Because Ritchie, by the way, look up Ritchie. I swear to God she's related to Condoleezza Rice. She is. She can't not be. So, check that out for yourself. You be the judge. I'm just presenting the facts, clearly, honestly. I just know that the WNBA has been involved in a government conspiracy for many years to try and make us dependent upon women, so that way, when women run this country, we will be bought and sold just like every other commodity. Well, in other news, let's get to the next story. So earlier this week was the inauguration of puppet number 43 2/3. And during this inauguration speech, our so aforementioned puppet, he brought up an event that touched a lot of people. Touch is probably a bad choice of words because I'm about to talk about gay people. Stonewall Inn. Now, a lot of people are bothered, especially conservatives. I mean, I don't have any problem with gay people. I like gay people. I have some gay friends. Well, you know, when I'm at home, one of my favorite things to do is to watch the Home and Gardening channel. It's just a part of who I am. You might as well call me gay, whatever. But the truth is, there was a lot of conspiracy theories about Stonewall Inn when it happened. Which is why I'm shocked that our 43rd 2/3 of a person president has come out and brought more attention to this issue. The thing about it was a lot of people thought that black UN helicopters were brought in during those protests to bring protesters in to cause a scene. That, this time around, was not the case. First off, that's not gonna happen. The UN doesn't work yet with the gay mafia. Okay? I've heard rumors that that's what they're trying to attain, a relationship between the gay mafia and the UN. And it might work out. I mean, they have their best diplomats over there. RuPaul, Neil Patrick Harris, a.k.a. Bernie Stinson, Doogie himself. And this is now. So back then, how would they have the UN support? That's because it wasn't UN. Those copters came from Jersey. Because in Jersey is a secret government facility, military facility, run by the Census Bureau. That's right, the dangerous Census Bureau. You know, oh, the cute, cuddly people that knock on your door. No, let me tell you, they are not cute, they're not cuddly, they're infringing upon us, they're tracking us. They want to know who we are, where we are. They'll never find me, though. I'm in an undisclosed location. Those choppers, what do you think they were doing? You think that drone technology is new? No, they've had it since the 30s, the 20s. People were swinging and dancing. Big band was just another cover-up for the man. The man's band. And that's why it was mostly white people at first. Time comes to hit New York with a big polio virus, they'll know just how much shit to put in it. Yeah, don't drink the water, folks. You'd think this was Mexico. You know, let's go take some callers. I'm curious to hear what you think. You're on the air.
Hey there, Rock. This is Billy calling from Arizona. First-time caller, long-time rock.
Oh, that's a little awkward and kind of creepy, but, you know, I feel you. Thank you.
Anyway, I just wanted to call and say, you know, I love you. Your show is great. You know, you're a real inspiration for me, especially what you say about the WNBA.
Glad to hear it. You know, I put my best foot forward. I put a lot of heart into this work. Yep. And quite frankly, I think I'm the only one that can do it, right?
Yeah, yep. Wasn't sure at first, but the more I think about it, the more I think you have to be right.
Oh, really?
Oh, for sure. I mean, I hate bad basketball.
Oh, me too,
NBA
Billy.
NBA all the way, right?
Me too. Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, basketball is one of my favorite things. That and fishing. Which is hard to do in Arizona because there's no water. Anyway, what do you think as a fellow basketball man? And I put the emphasis on the word man there.
Oh yeah, thanks.
What do you think about the Bulls this season? I mean, they've been really kicking butt, right?
You know, I love the Bulls. You gotta give it to Michael Jordan. He's a great guy, you know. I met him a few times even. He's great. Nice dude, good character, and he can dribble like anybody. You know, looking like And1 or them other street hooligans out there, right? And you know, something funny about him is that he plays the same position that I used to play, right?
Yeah,
you know, I got a small, compact build, you know, so I'm fullback too.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh man, I miss my basketball days. I love that game. I'd still be playing it if it weren't for that skiing accident in my bum knee.
Of course.
Yeah, well, anyway, thank you for calling, Billy. Hope to hear from you again.
Yeah, bye, Rock.
All right, let's try someone else. All right, hey.
Hello.
Ooh, hello, little lady.
Hi.
How you doing?
My name is Audrey, and I just wanted to ask a question.
It's not very often we get women callers, so I'm always happy to have you.
You know, maybe you could clarify this a little for me? What are you talking about with the WNBA?
You know, I kind of expected this to happen sooner or later.
Well,
Matter of fact, when I found out you were a woman, I was a little worried that this might come up. You know, it's not that I'm a chauvinist or that I think women, you know, aren't people.
That's not what I mean.
I don't think I'm better than women because they're women.
That is not what I mean.
Plenty of other reasons.
Oh.
But,
Okay.
you know, the WNBA, we're getting off topic. The WNBA was started mostly for women who had graduating college who had played in the NCAA, often which most of the time were part of the NAACP, and also working with a company outside group sponsored by AAA, also known as AAA, all these factions. You know, you can't trust one, you can't trust them all, and they're all interconnected. This is, you know, had you been a longer-term listener and not just called to chew me out over something you didn't like, you'd know what I'm talking about, all right? AAA has got some really bad demons going on behind the doors. They're the media on the road, basically. They're Illuminati's way to make sure you get... Let me finish. I'm not done talking. Let me finish. They are the Illuminati's way to keep us in check. And you know what? The NCAA has filled with women who are all brainwashed and mind-controlled, all by the college system, which is run by the... Yes, it is. No, you shut up. I'm trying to talk. The Illuminati runs the colleges in America, and it's brainwashing these women because they know that men are susceptible to women. And, you know what? See, this is why I don't like to have women callers on the show. You know, you guys always call with some stupid thing. You think you're contributing to the conversation, and really, you're just making everybody yawn and say, "Oh God, will she get back in the kitchen?" Look, you know what? I bet you have things to do and babies to make, so I'm gonna let you go. Thanks for calling. Bye. That's all fine and dandy. Thanks. You know, it's always great when we have callers of all different races, ethnicities, genders, colors, height, widths, weights, you know. But, you know, in other women's news, since we're talking about women, Roe turns 40. Roe could not be reached for comment. I tried really hard. Probably she's hiding out in some spa so she can continue to tell everybody she's 29. Alright, you know, enough of that. Let's move on to the next caller. Hey, you're on the show.
Hey, this is Gary. What's up? Let me start by saying, you know, I appreciate the show.
Oh, really? No.
Yeah, I catch it when I can, you know. It's pretty good.
Well, thanks. You flatter me.
Okay, well, hey, I was wondering if maybe you could explain this a little bit more to me. What is your take on recent gun violence spikes and school shootings? And specifically, what do you think about the regulation that Congress is, you know, trying to put in place?
Well, you know, the gun issue particularly has a very, very interesting element to it because it's part distraction, part violence, so it really catches Americans' attention. The thing is that as much as I don't want to be shot by some hoodlum as I'm walking down the street and they're blaring their hippity-hop music, I also don't want the government to take my gun. You know, like, can we find a compromise of, you know, keep your hands off my guns, but keep your hands on the guns of questionable people of questionable, possibly ethnic backgrounds? You know, the truth is, I think if we have to pick one way or the other, I think that it's much better to have less gun control, because then we can police ourselves. I mean, what could go wrong with that? We're Americans. We kick ass by nature.
Oh, really?
Right? Am I right?
You're not worried at all? Not even in the slightest bit?
No.
I mean, guns kill people.
I'm not worried about safety, unless I'm in the, you know, bad section of the neighborhood with all the people from around. You know what I'm saying? I can't say it on the air. But I stay out of there, and, you know, the thing is when I do go there, I make sure I'm protected. And I really think that the thing about the regulations, particularly the one that scares me the most of all the scary regulation they're trying to put into place, is that they're expanding the background check rules to include 100% background checks instead of the current 60% background check. They're trying to get rid of straw buyers. So say somebody buying a gun with a clean record and then selling it to somebody who doesn't get a background check. Those things scare me because the truth is, between you and me and my fellow underground people, who's gonna tell, right? I don't think that I would be able, under these rules, I would not be allowed to have a gun. And, you know, does that make you feel safer?
Well, kind of.
Hey, shut up! Shut up! No, you shut. I don't have an anger problem. You have an anger problem. Whoa. Nobody asked you for your opinion. Why don't you just take your mamby-pamby liberal ass back to wherever it is you came from, and you cannot take my guns with you unless you're gonna kill me first. Get off my show.
Rock. Yeah, Lawrence Towlett with the Conspiracy Watch team from Blog Chalant. Can I get your thoughts regarding the recently proposed controversial rule changes to the Electoral College that would have given Mitt Romney a win despite being millions of votes shorter than Barack Obama?
Oh boy. Hello, Larry. For all my listeners that didn't follow me through ancient history here, me and Larry the Towel Boy go back some.
I'm still waiting on your comment, Mr.
Yeah, keep your friggin' panties on. Jeez. You want to know what I really think about this so-called controversial issue? You want to know what I think?
Any day now.
It's a distraction. They're is no real relevance or importance to this issue. And there you have it.
That's it? No thrown together, barely attached conspiracy theory about how really it's all just to take control away from the people when they're actually taking control away from the people? I mean, this is a democracy issue. That's all you've got to say? What, are you doing your homework even less and less now? Come on, you gotta have more than that.
What more do you want me to say? The truth is that they're all just the same people.
Amateur.
You know, I'm sure a college-educated... You know what, kid? Back before you were just tickling your daddy's groin in his denim jeans, back in the 80s when you were probably hatched, you little halfling, there were a lot of important things that happened in this country. You know, when John Adams was taking the oath of office, before that happened, he had to meet with his family, his advisors, everyone important to him, because he knew he was facing tough decisions. And you know something? His work would later influence Abraham Lincoln. And for those who think I'm hating on minorities, I have a lot of respect for Lincoln for what he has done for this country. So don't come to me when I'm the one trying to save freedom, and you people are just setting us back.
Wow, okay. First off, ignoring the fact that you're not even making sense, and you clearly don't have a grasp on history as well as reality, I'm going to ignore that. But first, they are not the same people. If you think they are, your first concern really should be campaign finance reform. But that in mind, Barack Obama and Mitt Romney are not the same. They have different platforms, they have different people working for them, they have different ideas, they have different things that they're trying to accomplish, different agendas, different ethnicities, for God's sakes. They're very different people. You might think the president's job is one way or the other, but you cannot say that they are the same. They are not. That aside, this is a big deal. If we're even going to pretend like we have a democracy anymore, which I'm sure you think we don't, how can we pass this as normal? Look, listen. Rob Ritchie from the Center for Voting and Democracy said if Republicans in 2011 had passed the new laws for allocating electoral votes, the exact same votes cast in the exact same way would have converted Obama's advantage into a resounding defeat. With 5 million votes more than Mitt Romney, Barack Obama still would have lost by a considerable number in the Electoral College. I mean, that makes Bush v. Gore look like traffic ticket litigation.
No, it just makes it look like Sesame Street. They're all puppets. I don't care what you say, you're not gonna convince me they're not the same, because I am right and you're just a problem. And you know what?
Real mature.
Once you grow into your big boy pants, you might learn a thing or two about the world. And you can quote me. Actually, I want you to quote me. I would love to see on your little bloggy blog, oh hey, quote, when you grow into your big boy pants, you will know the world for what it is. Sucker, end quote. Rocky Truth. And that concludes our show. Get off. All right, Underground. Thank you for joining us for the premiere episode of the Midnight Truth Report. How about you join us again next time? In the meanwhile, this is Rocky Truth saying, listen or die.